6 hours or so, places like 95 quarter, and you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be impacting your travel as it is already for today. So let's show you what's happening today and what's bringing some of the showers and thunderstorms. We've got an area of low pressure. You can kind of see that little curly Q there off of our water vapor imagery, showing you that area of low pressure. And then we've got our cold front way back here, which is eventually going to be kicking that out of there altogether, but then taking over as the forcing mechanism to bring our thunderstorms pretty widespread across the region. So it's spotty right now at best, and we do have some active weather bringing a lot of lightning and heavy downpours. Again, most storms won't go severe, but a lot of these have been producing some pretty gusty winds on the range of 40 to 50 miles per hour or so. In fact, we even had some damage around Rochester, New York a little bit earlier, some trees coming down and a lot of people without power as a result of a non-severe thunderstorm. So keep that in mind for today. We do have the one warning here for Jefferson and Lewis counties in New York State. So that's to the north and east of the Syracuse area. That storm capable of producing some damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. So that's until 4:15 local time. Syracuse, notice you're getting hammered pretty good here too, with some heavy downpours, some gusty winds, and quite a bit of hail. So not a great time to head out the door if you were thinking about leaving the office a little bit early. Travel delays abundant right now into the northeast by hours, almost 3-hour delays in Newark. We got about 2.5 hours for you at JFK, LaGuardia about an hour and a half, about an hour and a half in Philly, and Boston looking at arrival delays around 39 minutes or so. Notice none of the airports over here, Buffalo, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, reporting any ground delay programs, but there could be a few individual flights that end up getting held because of thunderstorms in the vicinity, depending where you're going. So I'd be checking on that flight probably before I left for the airport. Now tomorrow, as that cold front gets a little bit closer, our temperatures are going to heat up into the afternoon, and thunderstorms are going to become more widespread and will be more likely tomorrow to go severe. In fact, a bit of an upgrade in terms of the risk area south of New York City towards Philadelphia into Baltimore, D.C., down towards Norfolk, where damaging winds are going to be a good probability with some of these storms. Future radar will show you out of the gate in the morning. Things are looking pretty good along I-95, but we get into the afternoon, things are going to start to fire up. This will very likely cause a rough rush hour for many of you travelers and commuters out there. There you can see the future radar, 4, 5 o'clock into the afternoon. We go from almost nothing to a whole lot of something widespread. Some lines of thunderstorms, some clustering of thunderstorms, some of which could be somewhat slow moving. So we are concerned about that risk of some flash flooding with a few of these storms. Finally moving east of I-95, though, as we head towards the 8, 9 o'clock hour.
And that's the sound and the sights of some pretty large hail pounding down here in Minnesota, in Watertown. That's west of Minneapolis. Hail smashing apart some of the leaves, some of the vegetation on the trees there. And as you can imagine, you look at the size of some of these hailstones, damaging cars as well.
That's no fun, right? Here's another video we've got showing you the large hail in Watertown. And boy, you can just hear it this time, can't you?
Right, hail over 4 inches in size.
Yeah.
And this is a look at what some of, that car, I don't know if you saw that car in the distance. It's one of those ones where the driver gets back to its car and it's like it's been there for like 3 months. With all the leaves and stuff on it.
Yeah, bummer. Take a look at this. They've got the ruler out there measuring the 4 inches. So to put that in perspective for you, that's somewhere between softball and grapefruit size. Imagine that hitting your car. Imagine that hitting your roof. So it really does cause a whole lot of damage. All right, let's show you a recap of the radar as these storms move through the Twin Cities metro area. And it was really just one storm that was pretty large and just dumped hail all the way along its path. So there you can see the progression of the storm when it started out near Mound into Lester Prairie, moved up towards Coon Rapids into Blaine and Anoka, eventually made its way up towards Mounds View and into the Forest Lake area where we had all those reports of hail. Now, the rest of the Twin Cities, you got in on that storm, didn't you? But you missed the hail core, so lucky for you, at least in places like Stillwater down towards Minneapolis and into Woodbury, it was just the heavy downpours. So 2.5 inches in diameter, that is tennis ball size hail, 1.5 inches here in Medina. That's about ping pong size hail, and that's enough to cause damage. But 4-inch hail doesn't happen all the time in Minnesota, maybe every other year or so, and this kind of shows you the last time we saw that. So we did see it in 2017 a couple of times and a couple times in 2011 also. So hail does cause a lot of financial damage, and Alex Wilson shows us why the falling ice can be so destructive.
Since most hail is small and mainly harmless, it's easy to forget how powerful and costly hail can be. A hailstone 2 inches in diameter is like dropping a 2-liter bottle of soda to the ground. That's equivalent to about 30 joules. A joule is simply a measure of energy. As hail diameter increases, its energy increases exponentially. A falling hailstone 3 inches in diameter packs the energy of a Jordan Spieth drive off the tee, 160 joules. And a 4-inch hailstone packs the power of a baseball traveling at 170 miles an hour. That's about 400 joules. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, hail causes about $1 billion in damage to property and crops every year.
It's not just a lot of joules we're seeing this week. We're also seeing a lot of heavy rain, and we're looking at the flooding and some of the lightning that we saw in Iowa. Look at that. Not a great idea here. This is just a while ago, and the difference a day makes here. You know, go from hours to day parts. You're talking about evening or nighttime, and then into the daytime of the next day, including this day right here. Blue sky. You know what? Exactly 2 clouds in this vantage point and 1 type of bee, I think, flying around. Not sure if it's a wasp, a bee, or what the deal is. But every once in a while, it's swinging through. Now, if you're dying to see more clouds, you're going to have to travel a little bit. And as the bumblebee flies, well, that's not a good one. As the crow flicks, bees are kind of erratic, right? It's going to take a while.
We know what you meant.
It's topical, but not accurate in this particular case.
Yeah, you know.
But if you were to fly in a straight line to get to some more significant clouds, go 42 miles to the east, 118 miles to the south, or to the west-northwest, 105 miles to see a few more clouds. And in this direction, a little bit farther to the north, severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 11 o'clock for parts of North and South Dakota. And we're starting to see more storms firing up, and we're going to see if the high-resolution future radar has been picking up on that yet, because we're going to be using that to track this area right here where there is the possibility for some strong storms. High-res not picking up on it yet. Which is surprising. It's been a while, but starting to see a little bit showing up. So normally you would think that the high-resolution future radar would lock on to what's going on right now. Might just be behind a little bit, because once it does show some storms, get going, it's showing it in about where we're seeing it now. So you get a general sense of what's going to be happening here in eastern South Dakota. And then now overnight, here's 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, storms coming through Omaha and Council Bluffs. So those blue skies we see out there right now will be going away. They just might be getting dark before they get cloudy. Tomorrow, Iowa, southern Minnesota, into Wisconsin and the UP, it's possible for some storms, even possible out here, but the darker red, Jackie, shows us where it's just that much more possible.
All right, well, some of those areas getting hit today, and we want to focus in on where the active storms are right now. We are really lit up across parts of the Ohio Valley and into the Northeast as we speak. So here's a look at the showers and thunderstorms that have been developing here. Just kind of spotty along the I-95 corridor. Most of this is into the interior, and back behind the cold front, you can see the skies are a little calmer and clearer. We do have quite a few travel delays into New York as well as into Newark, and Boston even having some travel delays as you're kind of surrounded in by the thunderstorms, but it's really back here into eastern parts of Ohio and into northwestern parts of Pennsylvania, even into upstate New York, where we've been seeing some of the strong to severe thunderstorms. So each and every one of these yellow boxes indicates a severe thunderstorm warning, generally to the south and to the east of Cleveland, but also into the Erie area right now. That's where we have our severe thunderstorm warning for Erie County. This is until 4:45. It looks like some of the worst of the storm right over the coast right now and into the lake. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you as it tracks on off towards the east. Of course, very inconvenient, I know, as people are trying to get back home from work, and this is starting to get into that busy time where people are trying to travel. It's been tough for travelers across parts of Florida as we are just lit up with some thunderstorms here as well. Some really heavy downpours have been coming down into Palm County as well, or Palm Beach County as well. well as into Miami-Dade as we look at Miami right there.
Today's Best Western. What does that mean?
With rewards points that never expire, you get free nights fast. Now get a $20 Best Western gift card after your first stay. Book now at bestwestern.com.
If something happened to you, what would happen to them? Their home, their education, their future. You need life insurance, and chances are SelectQuote can help you get it for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates.
We found Gary, 35, a $1 million policy for only $22 a month.
Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
Call 1-800-304-3321 or go to selectquote.com now and get the insurance your family needs.
At a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
We asked our customers, what do you like most about Consumer Cellular?
I'd say the great customer service.
You have no contract.
The price, the plans.
Plans start at only $15 a month, and unlimited talk and text is just $25 a month.
My phone bill is less than half of what I used to pay.
Now I just have everything that I need and all for $25 a month. Consumer Cellular gives me a discount just for being a member of AARP.
AARP members get exclusive discounts.
I can bring my own phone number.
And it's as flexible as you want it to be.
Switching is easy. You can keep your phone and number.
Customer service is just excellent.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 6 times.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Switch today. It's all backed by a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Call 1-800-918-5506. Go online or visit a Target store today.
More bang for your buck than that's money in your pocket.
A lot of the clothes you normally take to the cleaners aren't dirty. They just need a quick refresh. Try new Febreze Clothing Quick Dry Mist. It eliminates odors and refreshes lightly worn clothing. Breathe happy, Febreze, la, 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 la.
This is Kate.
Hey.
She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes one too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance. But she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Hernia mesh implants may be linked to complications requiring additional repair surgery. Did you or a loved one require a second or even third repair surgery to fix an earlier hernia mesh implant? The existence of an additional repair surgery may be evidence that the original hernia mesh implant was defective. To find out more, call the Meyer Law Firm right away.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
21893. That's 800-212-1893.
We never said the story was over. Storm Stories. The Weather Channel's hit series returns August 18th.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, variably cloudy with scattered thunderstorms. Low 67. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 85. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday night, clear skies. Low 64. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Been watching Cleveland come in and out of view, and I think it's happening in front of your eyes as more rain is moving in front of those buildings, obscuring the top of that building right in the center, and really coming across the lake there as well, with some low clouds, some fog, and some rain showers which are obscuring the view. You're basically just out ahead now of a cold front that is approaching and kicking up the thunderstorm chances across the Cleveland area, but further down the line, we have even more severe weather potential. A severe thunderstorm watch from St. Louis to Paducah across into southern portions of Indiana for the rest of the day. And you can really feel that cold front. It's basically right in here now. Bit of a wave of low pressure along the front has kicked up a little bit more action on the northeast side of that cold front zone. And then here, where we've had more daytime heating going and more instability thanks to more moisture, the storms are really starting to crank as well. So let's start there. The St. Louis area kind of escaped the worst of the weather for now. Storms continue to move south and west away from the city. Still a severe thunderstorm warning for Washington County for the next 10 minutes or so. Most of the action is now actually getting south of that warning. This storm was warned. It collapsed a bit, but is trying to have a bit of resurgence as seen by the lightning jump in this area. So we'll see if we need a new warning in that area sooner rather than later. Getting along I-64 now.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Illinois, severe thunderstorm warning for you. Outside of Columbus, we have a new surge, a Union County, a severe thunderstorm warning. And then finally, here's Cleveland. Here's that light rain across the lake that we are looking at. East of town now, along a gust front, we're seeing some new storm development that is starting to become a little bit more rambunctious. So some gusty winds allowing for the need for a warning. Also along I-80 in western Pennsylvania, severe thunderstorm warnings there. Jackie, basically we've hit that time of the day where there's enough daytime heating and just about every storm is going, and the ones that do go severe.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. We're also tracking storms across the state of Florida right now. Take a look at this video. A funnel cloud was spotted near Apollo Beach yesterday. That's just across Tampa Bay from St. Petersburg. No damage was reported, thankfully. And if you're headed to the beach in South Florida today, make sure you are weather alert and weather aware. Afternoon storms producing some intense lightning. We're keeping an eye on that. That's a live look at Miami, 85 degrees, feeling like 96, and you can see the dark clouds in the background there. The storms are generally tracking north of Miami right now. As we take a look at the active radar, the storms that were off towards your west really have fizzled out quite a bit, but look at this intense line of storms just to your north of Fort Lauderdale, pushing through the West Palm Beach area. We do have severe thunderstorm warning, which has been
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
as well as West Palm Beach and Boynton Beach. So these storms are capable of producing some very strong wind gusts and some damage associated with that. And then you can see the green boxes here underneath them where we have flash flood warnings in effect. And there in Palm Beach County, they reported 1.88 inches of rain in the last 17 minutes. So those are incredible rainfall rates, likely to lead to this flooding and real visibility problems. So now is not the time to travel. You want to stay put wherever you are in these locations and just wait out these storms until conditions improve. This is what our radar is estimating in terms of how much rainfall in that inner darker green circle there. That's 2 to 3 inches in just 1 hour. So no wonder they're having some flooding problems there. Northern Florida has really been kind of better off than central and southern parts of the state. That's kind of been the rule, not just the last couple of days, but really almost the last week or so. But we do now have a few thunderstorms that have been firing up generally along and south of I-10 into the Panhandle, and we saw a few around Jacksonville earlier, but it does look like that is cleared up and moved on out. So our storm direction today is coming in from the west and tracking towards the east, and our computer models have been really consistent pretty much all day long that the main focus of the activity for the rest of the afternoon and evening is really going to be about the eastern half of the state. We can't clear you altogether on the Gulf Coast, but we think it's
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
towards the east. Now, after the sun goes down, we're going to lose that daytime heating, and that means our thunderstorms are going to become suppressed, and they're going to kind of eventually fizzle out and die out. So we're expecting quieter conditions as you head through the overnight hours for tonight and into tomorrow morning. But then guess what? Guess what happens tomorrow afternoon? I know you probably got that answer right, didn't you? Yeah, more thunderstorms in the forecast, unfortunately, bringing more heavy downpours. And we just have a lot of tropical moisture that's in place, and we got that instability. We get the sea breeze that developed during the day. day and storms begin to fire up. So more cloud-to-ground lightning, more risk of some flash flooding in some isolated areas. Kind of interesting, too, Chris, as we take a look at, who's had the rain and who hasn't. Well, it's generally been more focused in central and southern parts of the state. There's some areas in there where it really has been the case of some of you got it and some of you almost got nothing.
That's exactly right. And we're seeing that over a matter of miles, too. It can be a few blocks, frankly, where you're having some very heavy rain like this, like what we saw in Lake Worth, Florida yesterday. It can be like this in one spot or virtually nothing in the next other locations. And then another look at Florida, another view of this. Gray and white is the higher end, that 21 to 24 plus inch range. But notice it's pretty spotty.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
65 miles apart this year. Miami had almost 40 inches, 39 and a half, while West Palm Beach had a little bit more than 31 inches. One above average, one below average for the year. Vero Beach, same story, 6.5 inches below average. Fort Pierce, 5 and almost a half inches above average. And the big reason for that is the storms were either scattering over you or they were scattering away from you. And that's how things can work out here in Florida with the daytime heating and just the very scattered, erratic nature of these showers.
To look at me now, you don't see psoriasis. You see clear skin.
Cosentyx can help people with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis find clear skin that can last. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms if your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
How sexy are these elbows?
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
So, Kim, you going for a big Drive Safe and Save discount?
Yep, using the app. I've been quite vigilant.
Easy.
But you're in labor.
Don't mess with my discount.
Get a discount up to 30%.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC and get over $10,000 total value on this next generation 2019 Sierra Crew Cab SLT. Or get 20% below MSRP on these 2019 Double Cab and SLE Crew Cab models with a traditional tailgate.
Sure, a resume is a great way to see someone's experience, but you're not hiring a resume, you're hiring a person. That's why Indeed offers tools that help bridge the gap between a candidate and their resume. Like skill tests, which let you actually see a candidate's abilities in action to make sure they're a good fit for the job. It's no wonder Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. See beyond the resume with Indeed. Get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/offer.
Attention, this is a legal alert for anyone who has used Roundup Weed Killer and been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. If you used Roundup Weed Killer and have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to significant compensation. A multi-million-dollar verdict was recently awarded to a man whose non-Hodgkin's lymphoma was linked to Roundup Weed Killer. If you used Roundup Weed Killer and were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's...
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Call now.
The first survivor of Alzheimer's disease is out there. And the Alzheimer's Association is going to make it happen. But we won't get there without you. Join the fight with the Alzheimer's Association.
Thanks to Priceline working with top airlines to turn their unsold seats into amazing deals, sports fans are seeing more away games.
Yeah! Isn't that a fire hazard?
It's actually just a fire.
Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge-watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Behr presents A Job Well Done. Painting be done and stay done. Behr, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction with interior paints. Great paint, new low price, starting at $24.98, exclusively at the Home Depot.
When you start with a better hot dog from Oscar Mayer.
That's no way to treat a dog.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Yeah.
With no artificial preservatives or added nitrates or nitrites, it's all for the love of hot dogs.
This is Weather Center Live. You're watching the Weather Channel. We're watching some video here of some stormy conditions in Alpena, Michigan. And storms like this, something that we can expect in many areas across the U.S. In fact, I think it'd be easier to count the states that do not have any lightning in them right now, because it's tough. You have Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, the Dakotas for now, or South Dakota and Nebraska. And then it gets tricky. See all that lightning flaring up across a big portion of the U.S.? Who doesn't? Maine doesn't have it. Iowa, Wisconsin. Brandon's here helping me out. Nebraska. Is that Maryland have any? In Delaware? Rhode Island?
Western Maryland.
New Hampshire? Have we made the point? I think there's a lot more lightning going on here. And